Nearpod is an interactive presentation tool designed for students and teachers to use on mobile devices. It works in any operating system or browser and on any device, though the website is where you will create, upload, modify, and manage your presentations so that they will run through the app. I have the free silver version, which allows me to create or download 10 presentations, but I could pay to upgrade for more features. Students do not need a separate account or login credentials to access a presentation. You simply share a unique PIN for each new session. Go to nearpod.com and sign up for a free account. You can begin by downloading free existing lessons or purchasing existing lessons in the Explore tab, or by creating your own lessons in the Create tab. Any lesson, whether your own creation or someone else's, can be edited so that it is customized for your classroom. Simply click on Create to begin creating your first presentation. You can either start from scratch or upload existing files from your computer. They can go directly from the computer or Dropbox, Google Drive, Box, or OneDrive. You just select the file that you would like to upload and drag it into the drag and drop area. Then your file will be automatically converted. You can click on Add Slide to add interactive features to your presentation. You can add content, which would be slides, Nearpods, sways, slideshows, videos, audios, PDFs. You can add a web address that would take them to a link, or you can add an activity. Activities will allow you to add open-ended questions, polls, quizzes, drawing activities, fill in the blanks, or memory tests. If you click on My Library, it will show you the ones you've already created, and I've just started with a few. I just started playing with this one just to show you how easy it is to go in and edit. Once you've created some slides, you can just keep adding more. They're very easy to move the order. Nearpod can be used in the classroom to enhance any teacher presentation. I'm going to click on one that I downloaded for free. Notice when you hover, you can either edit, preview for a student view, have students do it at their own pace, or launch a live lesson, which is what you would do with your whole class. And you'll notice that it gives a PIN, which you can share with the class via email, social media, a link, or Google Classroom. And then it looks kind of like a regular PowerPoint presentation. So if I scroll through this one, you'll notice that it looks a lot like a PowerPoint, but then you'll see some embedded activities. So here's one that's a poll that the teacher asked, and they just answer on their own devices. There are a few more that are multiple choice questions like this one. And what's really neat about it is you lock students in, and as you advance your presentation from your device, the presentation automatically advances on the students' devices. On the teacher dashboard down here, you can barely see here, but I have a 0. That means there's no students who've joined. But you can see if there's 22 kids in the class, there would be a 22 there. And if that number drops, you can click to see which students have left your presentation. Once students do these interactive activities, you can choose to share them with the class in real time if you like, which is nice if you've got some particularly good student work that you'd like to show. Here's an example of the drawing tool. Once you've finished a presentation, any embedded assessments that you've created will be automatically graded, and you can have the app send a report to you via email, or you can access the data directly through the website. Because I don't have access to an actual classroom in the library, and because our students have iPads, I used Nearpod last year to guide freshmen through their first day of library orientation. Now that I've learned more about it, I plan to enhance my existing lesson for next year by embedding it with some activities, maybe a poll and a short quiz. It's very simple to add. Even from this screen, I can just add activities as I advance through and decide wherever a good place would be to put one. I just click on Add Activity there. The possibilities for the classroom are virtually limitless. The app allows teachers to use multiple types of media and ensure that students are engaged in the activity by getting a real-time check for understanding. If we take a look at Jen Roberts' tech model, we can see how Nearpod lessons can work at each level. The way I used Nearpod last year with the freshmen represents the traditional level. It was a teacher-centered lesson used to distribute information, and although it did use technology, it was not interactive. If I adapt the lesson to include student interaction and assessment, it will move the lesson to the enhanced level, and students will be more engaged in the lesson. In order to move to the choice level, a teacher would have to assign a project to students and ask them to create their own Nearpod lesson. Ideally, the students should be able to choose from a variety of topics and should be allowed to incorporate media into the lesson however they choose. Finally, to move to the handoff level, students should be allowed to choose their own topic, use multiple forms of media, and share it with an audience, whether it be their classmates or a broader audience. If you look at the left-hand side of the image, we can see how the revised Bloom's taxonomy falls in place with the tech model. At their traditional and enhanced levels, which are teacher-created, students can achieve the Bloom's levels of remembering, understanding, applying, possibly analyzing if they use Nearpod's open-ended question and answer feature. When students are asked to create their own Nearpod presentations, then they can experience Bloom's levels of analyzing, evaluating, and creating. If you're interested in learning more, you can access video tutorials or written instructions from these links.